Is the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office following state law when it comes to releasing body camera video from a critical incident? That's the question we're tackling for tonight's main point. The family of a man who died in the custody of the Sheriff's Office says they want more body camera video released, and they believe state law backs them up. We're talking about 48-year-old Sherrano Stingley. He died in the hospital days after an arrest back in December by Sacramento County Sheriff's deputies left him unconscious. The Sheriff's Office says they were responding to a report of a man under someone's truck in a Sacramento County neighborhood. His family says he was having mental health crisis and was searching for his daughter's home in the same neighborhood. The only body cam video released by the Sheriff's Office is just from one deputy's perspective. It shows Stingley initially complied with deputies, but then there was a struggle. By the fourth minute, Stingley appeared to pass out. Just yesterday, Stingley's family filed a federal civil rights complaint, launching a lawsuit against the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office and Sacramento County. They say, the family, that they want body camera video released from all of the deputies on scene that early morning of December 6th. And a warning, this story has excerpts of some body camera video that may be difficult to watch.
Every time I go back and watch it, I find new stuff.
That's Diamond Stingley, the daughter of Sherrano Stingley. She says she wants the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office to release all the body camera video of the arrest that led to her father's death, saying it will paint a fuller picture of what happened.
At that moment in time, they were doing a lot to him. He just wanted to get home. So it's very important to know what state he was in. He was mentally ill.
The family and their attorney say this arrest should trigger a state law called Assembly Bill 748, passed in 2018 and in effect the following July. It says that, barring certain conditions, law enforcement agencies may only withhold body camera video for 45 days in something called a critical incident. That's a key phrase. It's when an officer shoots at someone or uses force that seriously injures or kills someone. In previous reporting, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office has told us AB 748 doesn't apply here. They're calling Stingley's case an in-custody death and claim it therefore does not qualify as a critical incident. The Sheriff's Office is not commenting on the Stingley case now that the family has filed a lawsuit, but here's a spokesperson talking to ABC 10's Devin Truby back in late January ahead of the 45-day period outlined in AB 748.
Do you anticipate releasing any more?
If it were deemed a critical incident as defined by the law, yes, but it's not. It's being ruled as an in-custody death.
So what are we looking at for a timeline?
Well, right now, we've still got to wait for the coroner's report to come out. If the coroner's report dictates some other circumstance, we'll obviously adjust that way. But as of right now, that's where we are.
As of this week, the coroner's office says the cause and manner of Stingley's death are still pending. We wanted to get some clarity, so I went to talk with Assemblymember Phil Ting, the author of this legislation.
It was the first piece of legislation to really define when body camera footage should be released.
He says overall, he thinks his bill is improving transparency and accountability within law enforcement.
In the spirit of the law, would you ideally like to see departments releasing as much as possible, if not all of the body camera video?
Yeah, no, absolutely, right? Because that would lead to a question. If there were 5 officers on the scene and you only released 1 camera footage, people would just naturally think, okay, well, what did the other 4 cameras, show?
I asked him specifically about the Stingley case.
I don't know that much about the Stingley case, so it's sort of really hard for me to say. I think all I would say is anytime there is a death and officers were around it, whether they were at fault or not, I think it really behooves the department to get that information out, or that footage out, as soon as possible. Because there's always going to be a question as to whether officers were involved, or how were they involved, or if they were involved. I think it's absolutely critical, especially anytime there's a fatality. It's very important to release that footage as soon as possible.
Now, complicating this case is that Stingley's arrest and death happened under a previous administration, then Sheriff Scott Jones, who is included in the Stingley family's lawsuit against the county. Now, the decision to turn over more body camera video rests with the new sheriff and former Assembly member Jim Cooper. We looked up how he voted on AB 748 back in 2018. He voted against it. We asked him to provide some context as to his vote and are waiting to hear back. We'll keep you updated.